Alright, one more problem number 1. Okay, answer for that one is 45. Number 2. Alright, answer for this one is 5. Number 3. Alright, answer for this one is 8. Number 4. Answer is 0. Number 5. Answer for this one is 100. Sorry. Okay, go ahead and bring your number up for the lottery. Okay. Lottery numbers for today are 3 and 1. Okay, homework check. Take it to Mr. Skinner. Okay, answers are yes, no, and yes. Alright, answers are no, no, and no. Alright, answers for 7 through 10. Alright, questions on the homework? Alright, I have your test to pass back. Alright, if you need to take a makeup test, you can come in 6th period. Our objective for today is 9th grade patterns, functions, and algebra number 2. By the end of today, you should be able to identify a function from a pattern, and these are just some examples of what we'll be identifying. Y equals 6x minus 2, y equals negative 2x plus 6, y equals x squared plus 4, and y equals 3x squared minus 6. Okay, for example 1, these are going to be our y values. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a table. The x values are going to correspond to what position these are in. So the x value for this one will be 1, the x value for this one will be 2, and so on. So we're just going to go ahead, make our table. So we have 1, 5, 2, 8, 3, 11, 4, 14, and 5, 17. Now what we want to do is we want to figure out what function gives us these numbers. When we put in the x value of 1, what function can we put 1 into to get 5? Now what we're going to do is we're going to find the difference between our y values. So 8 minus 5 is 3, 11 minus 8 is 3, 14 minus 11 is 3, and 17 minus 14 is 3. So they all have a difference of 3. Now what that means is we're going to have some kind of equation that's going to have something times an x plus some other number. Now our coefficient is what? That's our number next to the x, right? This number tells us what our coefficient is. The difference between these numbers is all 3, and that's what we're looking for. So our coefficient is going to be 3x. Now we're still missing our last thing, remember? It's going to be something x plus some number. So that means we're looking for what number is going to fill this in to give us these values over here. Now how we can figure this out is we can plug in one of our ordered pairs. So we plug in 1 for x and 5 for y. So we'll have 3 times 1 plus some number is equal to 5. So on the left we have 3 plus whatever number we're looking for is equal to 5. Oops. Alright, so remember we just did something like this. If we want to know what this number is, we just need it by itself on the left side. So we're just going to subtract 3 from both sides. So our number is going to be 5 minus 3, which is 2. So the answer for this should be 3x plus 2. And that's our function that we're looking for. And we should be able to plug in all of our numbers here. If we plug in 1 to this equation, we should get 5. If we plug in 2 for x, we should get 8. If we plug in 3 for x, we should get 11, and so on. Anybody have any questions so far? Alright, let's try. Okay, these are our y values, so we're just going to plug in x and y to our table. So we have 5 values, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, 1 is going to be the x for this, so that's our y. When x equals 2, y is going to be negative 15. When x equals 3, it's going to be negative 21. And so on. We just keep filling this in. Alright, now we want to see what the difference is between our y values. So negative 15 minus a negative 9, the value is going to be a negative 4. Or wait, negative 6, sorry. I can't correct that. There we go. Alright, negative 21 negative 15. Negative 27 to negative 21. Alright, so all of our values are negative 6. That means we're going to have the same type of equation, and our coefficient is going to be negative 6. So we're going to have negative 6x plus some number is equal to our y. Now we need to find what this number is, so we're just going to plug in one of our ordered pairs. I'll just go ahead and use 1 and negative 9. So we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in negative 9 for y. Oops. There we go. Alright, and I didn't put that in there. Alright, sorry guys, messing this up a little. Okay, plug in 1 for x and negative 9 for y. Alright, when we do that, we have negative 6 plus our number is equal to negative 9. So we're adding 6 to both sides. And when we do that, our number is going to be negative 3. So our whole entire function is going to be negative 6x, which we got our coefficient from here, and we get our number from whatever we find here, plus negative 3. Or 6x minus 3, it's the same thing, is equal to y. And that's our function. Any questions? Alright, go ahead and try the first one. Okay, for the practice problem, our x values and our y values will be 1 and 3, 2 and 5, 3 and 7, oh no, 4 and 9, and 5 and 11. Okay, so the difference between our values is 2 for every value. That means our coefficient will be 2, so we have 2x plus some number is equal to y. When we plug in one of our ordered pairs, you can plug in any one you want, but I just do the first one because it's usually the easiest. So 2 times 1 plus our number is equal to 3. Alright, so we have 2 plus our number is equal to 3. We subtract 2 from both sides. Our y value, or our number should equal 1. So that means our function is going to be y is equal to our 2x plus our number, which is 1. So 2x plus 1 should be your answer. Alright, go ahead and try a bonus problem with the rest of the class is finishing up. Alright, go ahead and do practice problem number 2. Practice problem, our values are going to be 1 and 0, 2 and negative 3, 3 and negative 6, 4 and negative 9, and 5 and negative 12. Alright, to find our coefficient, we're going to take the difference between the two values. So negative 3 minus 0 is negative 3. Negative 6 minus 3 is negative 3. And so on. So our coefficient is going to be negative 3. Remember, we want to take this value minus this one. And the same thing with this. We want to take this value minus this one. So in this case, we have a negative. So we have negative 3x plus some number is going to give us y. So we just plug in one of our ordered pairs. So we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in 0 for y. So we have negative 3 plus our number is equal to 0. We add 3 to both sides. And when we do that, our number is going to be positive 3. So our function is going to be negative 3x plus 3. Okay, answer for the bonus should be 9. Alright, we're going to skip ahead to the OGT problem. Okay, for the OGT problem, we have 3 times x minus 1 is equal to 5 times 2x plus 3. We want to distribute, so we do 3 times x, which is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. On the right side, 5 times 2x is 10x. And 5 times a positive 3 will be a positive 15. So our answer should be B. Okay, for example 5, we have 0, 3, 8, 15, and 24. So we're going to fill in our table. Alright, so 1, 0, 2, 3, 3, 8, 4, 15, and 5, 24. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit different. When we find the difference between these ones, we have 3 minus 0 is 3. 8 minus 3 is 5, 15 minus 8 is 7, and 24 minus 15 is 9. So we don't have the same number for the difference of all of our numbers. That means we're going to have to go out again and find the difference between these numbers. The difference between 5 and 3 is 2, 7 and 5 is 2, and 9 and 7 is 2. What this means is when we had the same number here, we had x times some number plus some other number. In this case, it's going to be an x squared. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult. Alright, so when we want to find our coefficient, we take this number for the x squared, we divide this by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is what? Right, it's just a 1. So that means our x squared is just going to be by itself. You can put a 1 in front of it if you want, but 1 times x squared is the same thing as x squared. Alright, and then we're going to add some number to it to get our y. Now to do this, we're going to just plug in our ordered pair like we did the last time. If we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in 0 for y, 1 squared is 1. Plus our number equals 0. We subtract 1 from both sides. So our number is going to be negative 1. Okay, that means our function is x squared minus 1 equals y. Alright, let's try. Okay, we have 5, 14, 29, 50, and 77. Oops. Alright, so we're going to plug these in for our x and y values. Okay, so the difference in these is going to be 9. 29 minus 14 is going to be, is going to be 15. 50 minus 29 is going to be 21. And 50 and 77, the difference is going to be 27. Alright, so now we need to go again, because these are not all the same number, which means it's going to be an x squared. So 15 minus 9 is 6, 21 minus 15 is 6, and 27 minus 21 is 6. Alright, so to find our coefficient, what do we need to do with this number? We divide it by 2. So 6 divided by 2 will be 3. So we're going to have 3x squared plus our number, which we don't know yet, is equal to y. We plug in one of our ordered pairs to find what our number is. So we plug in 1 for x, and we plug in 5 for y. 1 squared is 1 times 3 is just 3. On the right we have 5. We need to subtract 3 from both sides. So our number is going to be equal to 5 minus 3, which is 2. So our whole entire function will be y is equal to 3x squared plus 2. Okay, go ahead and try it. Fill out our table of x and y's. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for our x's. Fill in our y's. Okay, when we take the difference for the first time, 6 minus 3 is 3. 11 minus 6 is 5. 18 minus 11 is 7. And 27 minus 18 is 9. Alright, so that means that it's not going to be an x function. It's going to probably be an x squared function, but we'll have to check. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 and 2. Okay, so now we know it's going to be an x squared function. To find our coefficient, we take this number and we divide it by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so this is just going to be x squared. Now we need to find our number. To do this, we plug in one of our ordered pairs. We plug in 1 for x. We plug in 3 for y. 1 squared is 1, plus our number is equal to 3. So we subtract 1 from both sides. And our number is going to be equal to 3 minus 1, which is 2. So the function is going to be x squared plus 2. Alright, answer for the bonus is 10.